So I don't want to diss Brock Purdy, and it's not about how far you can throw the thing. It's how you read defenses and what we just talked about. I mean, what's better, Steiny, than a Super Bowl, almost winning an NFC championship before I got hurt? So I guess that's what you're paying for. But I do wonder if he just had an average season, would they be like, you know what? This is a one-off, or do we got to put a ring on it?
I mean, the question also is if he has an average season, maybe the Niners still win 11 games. You know what I mean? Because they are such a good team. And I don't know what you do. I mean, 888-957-9570 is the number. Jared Goff got $50 million a year, $170 guaranteed.
Damn!
So what do you pay Brock Purdy at the end of the year? But here's
65, Steiny.
Well,
if he has it, come on, let's be. And
you can't give him $65 million, can you?
Well,
I mean, a year, essentially.
Yeah. What? It's got to be more than 50. He's going to reset the market.
So here's the problem.
Get that money, Brock.
The problem is that right now, Jared Goff, that new contract, you know what percentage of the salary cap he occupies?
Right now?
Well, when it kicks in.
Oh, okay. What kicks in? The new deal?
Yes.
Okay. I would say 44%.
It's 21%.
Okay, right. All right.
21% of the salary of the salary cap is occupied by Jared Goff. 21%. That's a lot. I mean,
it's the most important position in sports.
Right, but what are you going to do? And I get it. The 49ers can't continue down this road. But this is the dilemma that I see, and I don't know what to do about it. But you can't keep everybody on offense if you're going to pay him 20 to 25% of the salary cap.
And maybe that's why Ricky Pearsall was drafted.
Maybe.
No doubt about it.
I think you might. I think you might be. I think you might be right there. But 888-957-9570 is the number. I just got to thinking about Brock Purdy, and I know he's put together 2 good years, but in a way, I feel like.
Tell me.
It's wiped clean because everything depends on this year because he's in a contract year. And I get it. Sometimes quarterbacks have, up and down years and maybe his will be next year. But man, I mean, if you pay Purdy that much money, I mean, you got to reassess your team. You got to reassess all the money that's going around. Boy,
let me bring up your favorite quarterback.
No, you're right. Listen, Goff is making $50 million, and Purdy's certainly in his league.
And what about Kirk Cousins?
Yeah.
So I just say that Kirk, he's not a joke anymore, Steiny, but he had one diddly squat. So this is par for the course, and I think Brock, he's coming along he's up or due at the right time, and this old sales term, Steiny. Mr. Steinmetz, I know you don't like the fees to your loan, but it's the cost of doing business.
I know.
It ain't Brock's fault. He's going to be the beneficiary of this, but if Kirk Cousins is getting that money, Deshaun Watson, and I know everybody's cap situation's different. Dallas looks like they're out on Dak, but good God. It's almost like guys are getting paid what the market is more than how good they are.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But not for Brock, though. Brock has delivered. UPS, FedEx.
Yeah. Let's go to 888-957-9570 is the number. I mean, I can't believe I'm going to say this, would you be comfortable paying Brock Purdy Jared Goff money? Or are you going to have to pay him more?
What's big is what you said. We don't know what this year looks like. I'm assuming it's going to be stellar the last 2. But what if there was, hey.
I mean, I could see it going either way. I could see him getting a little bit better.
And they open up Monday night against A-Rod.
Yes, sir.
The Jets.
AJ's in Redwood City. What's going on, AJ? How you doing, man?
Good, man. Dealing with the allergies. I don't know if I'm the only one, but we're doing good. Good morning, guys.
No, good luck, man. My kids have them. I don't. I get mad at them because they're so miserable. Allergies stink. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Thanks, Goo. Yeah, okay. So statistically, Brock Purdy last 2 seasons has been so good from like a yards per attempt, completion percentage, touchdown to interception. He might just tick down and still be like spectacular and pretty good.
Right.
We have to like brace ourselves for that because like the numbers he's putting up, just like you look at the stat sheet, it's actually insane. I don't want anybody who's listening to like get confused about it. What he's doing is amazing. So it might tick down.
Right.
If the results on the field are still there, he's still going to get that huge check, right, in terms of the wins and losses. Because the other piece of this is that no GM can take that risk, GM being Kyle Shanahan plus Lynch in our case, that combination,
right,
can take that risk of saying, I could go find another person. You're going to get fired more likely on, hey, I took a risk, let somebody walk, and I couldn't find the other guy, than I doubled down on a pretty good thing that I had some good results with. It's too big of a decision. No one's going to take that risk. Well,
I mean, well, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, he kind of took that risk with Trey Lance in a way. You know what I mean?
I mean, we did it. We didn't have any body of work with Trey Lance other than the draft pedigree, right?
Yeah.
And I think that was like rational. Like I think now Niner fans are now all in on draft pedigree doesn't mean anything because now we're seeing it from the last overall pick, right?
Right.
And I think a lot of the rest of the league it's going to take a while for them to realize that they're going to have to discover that on their own.
Right.
But I think what happens on the field matters the most. And Goose right, like in terms of like people like overpaying these quarterbacks, it feels like because they the bird in the hand sort of thing.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Thanks for the call, AJ. Appreciate it. No, AJ brings up a good point that Purdy's numbers have been so good that he might tick down a little bit
and still be stellar
and still be pretty darn good.
But how's the team doing? That's the key component.
But
Super Bowl,
right.
NFC Championship game. Oh my gosh!
But you're right about how it looks is going to be important because if they only win 10 games, maybe they go 10-7. I mean, I can't get past the thought that is Kyle Shanahan, and yes, I'm saying Kyle Shanahan because I think he makes this decision. Does he feel comfortable giving Brock Purdy $50 million? Like, there's just something that makes me think not so fast.
I would love for you to break that down to us because I'm not mad at you, Steiny, but good Lord, what's not to like? Right now, he's taking you to he didn't even know he's coming in the game. How did that go? Lost in Philly. You follow that up after an injury to a Super Bowl. And I get what you're saying, Steiny, but good God, he really has to regress for Kyle to be nervous or hold on to the wallet.
Well, this is
just me.
This is where we're headed, though, aren't we? So Brock Purdy's going to quarterback this year, and he's going to have a plethora of weapons. McCaffrey, Debo, Ayuk,
more
Kittle, Pearsall if he plays. Yeah. Then he's going to get paid, and then he's going to quarterback a different team, essentially. I mean, the McCaffrey will probably still be here, but he's getting older.
No, I hear what you're saying.
And Kittle probably won't be around in a few years. So you have to try to judge what Purdy can be with less weapons. You have to figure that out, even though it's impossible to.
Yeah, and the worst stretch of last year again came when Debo and Trent were out.
Yeah.
And again, he's not Jesus, but I get what you're saying, Steiny. But right now, I just feel like if I got Purdy's file in front of me, some would say and make the argument he's already got that payday before week 1 at home against the Jets. Now, some could say, Goo, you're foolish, but I believe guys like Kyle and John, they know what they have and they can project. And if Debo or whoever's not here, one weapon, Steiny, I still think that's part of your answer on giving him the contract because you got to you got to think what's it going to look like. And right now, Brock Purdy, man, the scoreboard's 1,000-0 to me in regard to, is he going to get this new money? Oh, he's going to get it. It's just about how much. But if I'm wrong and he just has an average season, and let's just say they win 9 or 10 games, and Steiny, he's 22 touchdowns to, and I'm being negative, 13 picks. Okay, then I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah,
but I don't see that happening.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Anything can happen in football, injuries, things like that. But 888-957-9570 is the number. Jared Goff's getting $50 million per year.
Damn.
He's getting $170 guaranteed. And am I the only one out there? I think it feels like I'm alone. Look, if he's going to get the going rate, I guess he's going to get the going rate.
That's what I like, the going rate.
But I'm not. I'm worried about when he coaches when he quarterbacks a team without this kind of an offense around him.
Now, what if
That's what I'm worried about.
Okay, my dad Norm would say to that, son, or he'd say, Steiny, what if it never comes to that? Enjoy the now, enjoy this season, and what if it doesn't come to that? Because we're assuming that they're going to lose a piece, and I get it, but what if they don't? And what if one of these dudes, Pearsall's better than, you know what I mean?
That's true. That is true. That is true. But I don't know. I wish this were like a normal football team in terms of its offense and it's in terms of what they pay. I mean, he's making $1 million.
Yeah, this is incredible.
That is less than 0.5% of your salary cap.
But they made Jimmy at one point that I know people are going to say it was short-lived. Steiny, before Jimmy was the highest paid quarterback for 2 minutes. And that was without the skins on the wall that Purdy has, or we believe him to have.
Well, this is a good point from the 818. This is Goff's third contract, right?
Okay. So
he's already been paid. So because it's only going to be Purdy's second contract, maybe, and he's only going to have 3 years of experience. In other words, you will not have seen him for 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you do there. I don't know.
Well, give me this. Yeah. Let me throw this to you. So, I said it earlier and I believe it. The most important position in sports right now is a quarterback in the NFL. Steiny, what's not to love about Brock right now? Can you follow me? What's not to love about, like, some people, I have friends and writers, gals on TV that think maybe, he's a system quarterback.
Okay.
But the hell, if I'm a system quarterback and we're getting to the heights that we've gotten, why do we need a change? I'll pay for that. Because no other coach is coming up in here. You only got to run what you've perfected thus far. Now, Arms, can he throw it 80 yards? No, but does he need to? No. Is it working right now? But I do wonder, the rat on the table for your boy, Darrell L. Johnson the first, L stands for LaVelle, is what happened to that Niner offense collectively in the playoffs.
Exactly.
That, to me, is, Steiny, that, I get goosebumps thinking about it. Is Kyle behind closed doors saying maybe Brock had something to do with that? I don't think that's the case, but is that part of this? Do you have to break it down to that, too? Where was it?
Yeah, I don't know. 888-957-9570 is the number. The other thing that's interesting is, so Brock Purdy, Jared Goff's now among the highest paid quarterbacks, but he's not a top 3 or 4 quarterback.
Are we so sure?
Yeah.
Detroit came in here and that offense looked like a locomotive.
Well, let's go through it. Would you rather have Lamar Jackson?
You know how I am on
Deshaun
Lamar.
Watson?
No, I'm going to say no to Deshaun. He's done. Something happened to Deshaun.
Hurts?
God, Steiny.
Stafford?
I do like Stafford. I'll take Stafford over. I'm high on Goff, and I'm high on the new Goff. Steiny, They're running. It feels like they're running and gunning, and he's perfect at it. And he's middle fingered to everybody, even the Rams, even though they got a Super Bowl. Like, I'm the guy. I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar back here, tall, and I got a strong arm. I don't know, Steiny, but I will take him over Deshaun Watson.
Okay.
But not Mahomes. Who else? Aaron Rodgers? What's left?
Yeah,
he got about 2 years, maybe.
How about Dak?
Oh, good God, I'd take Goff over Dak. He's been to an NFC championship game twice and a Super Bowl. All I can think of is, just real quick, I know we're up against it. Who can help me out? Lamar, I'll give Lamar the win on that. But good God, after that, where are we at? And Burrow, of course, I'll take Burrow, but Josh Allen, Steiny, I'd rather have Goff.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Josh is the white Dak.
What about Purdy or Josh Allen?
Purdy. I'm being real, man.
What if the 49ers won the Super Bowl last season? This is 408. Would anyone have reservations paying Purdy? Believe it or not, I don't think I would feel much different.
And I feel like they won it because he got you there again. You know? Like, that's why I'm like,